Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 56 in the book of John. Today's going to be about the 3 rules of real estate: location, location, and location. So the idea is, in real estate, you define something's value by determining its location. So something's value is dependent upon its location. And today in the story, you're going to see the people there trying to nail down the real estate question, which is, where is Jesus really from? And if we could just know where he was from, we'd know how to value him. So kind of working backwards, if I knew the location, I can determine its value. So watch in the story as they're trying to determine Jesus' value by determining where he's from, his location. So the big question, where's Jesus from? And he's going to push this concept, as he always does, and really he's going to say, who am I from? This is from John chapter 7, verses 25 and following. Some of the people of Jerusalem therefore said to him, "Is not this the man whom they seek to kill? And here he is speaking openly, and they saying nothing to him. Can it be that the authorities really know that this is the Christ?" Verse 27, "But we know where this man comes from. And when the Christ appears, no one will know where he comes from." So Jesus proclaimed, as he taught in the temple, "You know me, and you know where I come from. But I have not come of my own accord. He who sent me is true. In him you do not know. I know him, for I come from him, and he sent me." So they were seeking to arrest him, but no one laid a hand on him, because his hour had not yet come. Yet many of the people believed in him. They said, "When the Christ appears, will he do more signs than this man has done?" So you can see in the story here is, where do we know Jesus to be from? It's kind of the critical thing. And what do I know? Let's get a couple things nailed down. Let's get the real estate question settled. Where is Jesus from? Now, the literal answer is Bethlehem, born in Bethlehem, but he's been from Galilee. His whole life he's lived up in Galilee, 60 miles away. So for some, knowledge of his birthplace is an affirming prophecy. In John 7:42, just a couple verses down the road here, they say, is the Christ to come from Galilee? Has not the scripture said, because of his prophecy, that Christ comes from the offspring of David, and David comes from Bethlehem, the village where David was? So David was born in Bethlehem. Jesus is born in Bethlehem. So for others, knowledge that he comes from Galilee, not Bethlehem, not Jerusalem, it's kind of like a minus. Wait, why is the Christ coming from Galilee? So again, this confusion, where is Jesus from? And their concern is this literal question of where he was from versus who he was from. And watch how Jesus really directs the question to be more, who is he from? Yes, where is he from as well? But they're saying, if I could just get my arms around this one fact about Jesus, his location of origin. Now, Jesus says, "You know me, and you know where I am from, but I have not come from my own accord. He who sent me is true, and in him you do not know. For I know him, for I come from him, and he sent me." So listen to what he says about the Father. He says, the Father is true. The Father sends the Son. The Father is the one you don't know. That's insulting. The Father is known by the Son. The Son has come from the Father. And again, the Father sends the Son. So again, don't miss the offensiveness of this. Hey, you don't know the Father. You have this whole religious system and a code of conduct that's been developed over 1,000 years, and Jesus is declaring it essentially bankrupt, ignorant, void. But he is claiming himself, I have the answer. I know the Father. I've come from the Father. The Son is sent by the Father. So Jesus is blowing the doors off the concept of, hey, where are you from? He says, I'm from the Father. I'm from heaven. I'm not primarily from Galilee or primarily from Bethlehem. I'm not from a town. I'm from paradise. I'm not from an area or a region. I'm from the throne of deity. I am deity. So where is Jesus really from? If he is from Bethlehem or Galilee, that's all well and good. But where is he really from? Where is he ultimately from? And he tells us here, he's from the Father. He's sent by the Father. He's known. I know the Father, and you don't, by the way. And he just turns everything upside down. So back to our real estate idea. The three most important things in real estate: location, location, location. Yes, it's important to figure out where Jesus is from literally. And the reason being is that prophecies the fulfillment of prophecies are dependent upon him. But wait, there's more. And Jesus says there's more than just this. Jesus isn't sourced here on this planet. He's sourced there in heaven. He's the one that is one with the Father, one mind, one purpose with the Father. He is of divine origin. So as we ask the question, is Jesus from Bethlehem? Or is he from Galilee? He's saying, I am Lord. He's going to blow our minds here. So location, location, location. It's heaven. It's with the Father. It's one with the Father. It's of one purpose with the Father. It's of one mind with the Father. Essentially, he's saying he is Lord. So we go from the question of the rules of real estate. We define Jesus' value by finding his location, and his location is with the Father in heaven. Thanks for listening.